Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Mani Tuesday, and today I'm going to be doing a toilet paper nail hack. This isn't a usual Mani Tuesday episode. I thought, seeing that this is the last video for 2019, I'll do something a little different. So this is the toilet paper roll I'll be using today. So I got this idea from Christina Couture Nails, and I just wanted to try it using the dip powder method. I'll be seeing these nail hacks and wondering if these things really work. I wanted to try it myself, although I'm not a professional or anything, I just wanted to see how these things work. So right now I'm just cutting the paper to form my tips, just making sure it would fit my nails perfectly. I also doubled the paper so it could be a little more sturdy. So now I glue them onto my nails. While gluing it on, I started to feel a mild burning sensation on the nails. But it lasted about 5 seconds. I don't know what was happening here. I just thought I'd mention it. These nail hacks are so crazy. I be seeing a lot of them. I kinda like it, and y'all know I'm not a pro, so it didn't turn out like Christina's own. So don't come for me, okay? But it was fun doing it and I really liked it. It's so crazy how simple things we use could also be used for nails. Who thinks of these things? They must have been really bored. I would have never thought of doing this. And now I'm just applying some base on the toilet paper just to solidify it a little. While doing that, the paper started to quail up a little and got off balance, so it's not straight anymore. Well, actually it was never really straight, but now it's worse. In the end, you would see how bent it is. My nails were lopsided AF when I was done, but you wouldn't see it if I didn't show it to you, because it looked good from an aerial point of view. However, if you scrutinize those nails, you would see how bent the nails were. So the dip powder I'm using today is Azure Beauty Red. So I take the Azure Beauty Red on my index finger and I just apply base and then sprinkle the Azure Beauty dip powder. I did about 2 layers of the dip powder. And then I went in with this chunky gold glitter to create an ombre nail. So I use the activator to pick up the glitter, and then I just apply most of the glitter to the cuticle area, and then it gets a little more sparse to the end. When I was completed, I used a bead of clay to build the nail and cap the glitter. So I dipped the brush into the activator and then into the clear dip powder and applied it to my nail. Then using my base, I apply it to the whole nail, and then I sprinkle some clear acrylic to further encapsulate the nails. This is needed because activator and clear does not harden the nail in order to file it. So by applying the base after, it gets hard and then you can file it. My base brush kept hardening during the process. And that's probably because I was using the paper. The paper absorbs anything, and there is lint on the paper as well, and it probably transferred it to the bristles, which made it hard, and in turn my clear wasn't that clear. It had a lot of bubbles in it. This is somewhat new because I've only experienced bubbles when the base of the nail, is clay, not with a colored base like this. But I kept going because this was an experiment. And it was cool to see it coming together no matter how it looked. Because usually when I encapsulate the nails using the base and clear, it's very clear. Okay, you don't see anything but the color underneath. However, when I was doing this, I realized that the clay was not clear at all. The clay had a few bubbles in it. So it was a bit concerning, but as I said before, it's probably because of how I was using it on the toilet paper, how I was using the glue, or the base, on the toilet paper. And it has lint and all these things. So it's just about contamination. I assumed this because of how it was contaminating the bristles, and it had a reaction, so therefore that is why my clay wasn't clay at all. But it still looked good. You had to really be scrutinizing the nail in order to see that the clay wasn't super clear. And yeah, I didn't really leave these on for too long because it was just an experiment, and it lasted a full day, and it could have lasted longer because it was solid. I really loved how it looked. So on the middle and the ring finger, I just applied the red dip powder to the whole nail. And then I'm using the chunky glitter and I'm doing a S-shaped glitter application on both nails. So I'm just using the activator to pick up the glitter and then apply it to the nails. The S shape on the ring finger didn't come out as planned. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but whatever, it looked good still. When I was completed, I used a wet bead of clear to encapsulate the nails. So I just dipped the brush into the activator and then into the clear dip powder and then apply it to the nails. And then I went in with the base and cleared the powder. My brush was so hard and clammy. I tried to clean it, but it kept doing the same thing, so I used it just like that. I wasn't gonna let my good brushes end up the same way, so I just had to use the same brush. So on the pinky, I also did an ombre nail and also on the thumb as well. Always remember to encapsulate with base and clear when completed so that the acrylic could harden and you could file. When you encapsulate with activator and clear alone, the nails would be very soft and you wouldn't be able to file. So I apply activator and waited about 5 minutes, and then I began filing. Filing was easier than I thought. However, it was kinda hard at the same time because the nails were lopsided and to get a perfect shape was very hard. But filing the nail wasn't a problem. It had its issue though. Maybe a professional would have been able to get these nails looking right with a lopsided base, but I'm not a professional, so I did my best. You wouldn't be able to see it if I didn't show it to you, but I didn't like it. I kept having to remind myself that this is just an experiment, because in reality it didn't look horrible, but it didn't look good either. So yeah. In my experience, the toilet paper wasn't a good base since it was lopsided. I couldn't get a proper structure for the nails, so the nail didn't have a great structure to work with, but oh well, it still looked good, you know. So now I apply more activator. Looking at it from an aerial standpoint, these nails are kinda cute. Glitter makes everything look better. Just when I was thinking this is gonna be ugly AF, it turned out alright. So kids, just keep on going. You never know what is gonna happen, because I was thinking about quitting and calling it a day. Now it does not look all that bad, but it also doesn't look good. It's just right in the middle. So it looks good enough to be seen just at a glance, because if someone was to scrutinize this thing, then it would look horrible, but with a few second look, it looks amazing, okay? To an extent, I would say it works, but it wasn't flawless as I'd like, so I'd say it didn't work to the full potential of tips. It was nice to see how different things could be used to achieve a full set of nails. I imagined if I was a professional, I would be able to shape it better and it would look just as good as with tips. But I'm not a professional. So yeah, that's my experience. It kinda worked and it kinda didn't. It also shows that nail forms could be used to get a full set of nails while using dip powder. Well, while using the dip powder method, because the toilet paper appeared at the bottom was kinda ripped up when I was finished, yet the nails still maintain its structure. That's just my assumption, okay? I could be totally wrong. In the end, I will show you how lopsided, I think I showed it to you already, how lopsided it was, but I wasn't expecting a lot. We are using toilet paper as tips, right? So this is my experiment with toilet paper as tips. I kinda liked it. It was a really cool experiment. I'm not sure if I'll be doing anymore. That's probably it for me. But you never know what 2020 would bring. Anyway, if you like this video, you're gonna wanna check out my other videos on dip powder. Click the videos you see on the screen and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye guys!